Hi, my name is MikaYrjola. I'm the senior pastor of Salem Church in Helsinki, Finland. Helsinki Salem Church was started in 1928 in the beginnings of the Pentecostal movement in Finland. Over the years, it has grown to become the major evangelical church in Finland. It is part of my family history has to do with the church in Salem. My grandfather was the first missionary that was sent from the Pentecostal churches in Finland in 1929. As the church was only 1 year old, he was sent out to China. As a church, we do everything that any normal church, family church would do. We have everything from food pantry to business luncheons and from children's church to seniors clubs. But one of the interesting things is that the missions focus has always remained strong in Finland and in the Pentecostal church and in Salem Church. A full 1/3 of our annual budget goes to foreign missions. My grandfather was influential in that. When he had returned from China, he took 4 people with him back to China. He came back again and stirred up the missions fires and took 20 people with him to China. 4 of them passed away in China, and that was the seed for the missions movement in Finland. In 1955, my grandfather fulfilled his great vision and dream and took out from this harbor in the heart of Helsinki gospel ship Ebenezer. On board of that ship was his family, including my father, and 37 other missionaries, and they sailed to Sri Lanka, formerly Ceylon, and India. After 15 years of serving God there, the ship was moved to Indonesia. In 1971, that's when I came into the picture. I was born in Singapore and raised in Indonesia on board this gospel ship. At the age of 12, the ship had been in Indonesia for the whole 12 years. The ship came into a storm on Java Sea and sunk. In the lifeboat in the middle of Java Sea, I gave the remainder of my life to the Lord. It's easier to do sometimes when you're facing death. When I was a teenager, we had moved back to Finland. God came to remind me of that promise that I had made to Him. He not only remembers the promises that He makes to us, He remembers the promises that we make to Him as well. And He reminded me of the promise that I had made to Him. And a calling started to grow in my heart. And I went to the church asking what I could do, and they gave me a mop, and I started mopping the floors. Then I graduated to wiping benches, and after a while, I was leading services and writing articles, and the calling grew. At the age of 21, after doing my military service in Finland, I went to United States for Bible college training in upstate New York, Elam Bible Institute. Not only did I deepen my walk with God, but I also met my future partner in ministry, my wife, Rami, who comes from Indiana, United States of America. Together we've served God back in Finland as youth pastors at Salem Church for 5 years, and then we've pastored a few churches, including ones in Toronto, Canada, and Canberra, Australia. After the tsunami of 2004, we also went and served God and the church in Indonesia, back to Indonesia as a family. And in 2012, we came back to Finland to serve God at Salem Church. We believe there are great things about to happen in Finland. We're working towards it, and we're believing that God wants to pour out His Spirit in a mighty way in Finland again. And part of the reason why He wants to do that is because of the strong missions focus in Finland. I believe that God wants to raise a new generation to fulfill the task of taking the gospel to the ends of the earth, to all those people, 1.7 billion people who've never heard the gospel, 6,000 people groups unreached in the world. And I believe that's the reason why we're here, and we want to partner with anybody who wants to see God's kingdom moved until the ends of the earth, so that He can come back and reign as King. Finland has a strong spiritual undercurrent. The Lutheran Church has had 5 significant revival movements within the church over the past couple of centuries, not including the other ones that have been outside the church. However, this river of God has somehow frozen, and what we need to do is tap into that spiritual undercurrent that's underneath the frozen ice. We need those people to partner with us to pray and to break that ice over Finland. We believe that there's a great thing that God wants to do in this nation and through this nation for all of Europe and the rest of the world. Thank you.